Thank you. Good morning. Today I'm just going to give you an overview of legal assistance for seniors and the HICAP, mostly the HICAP portion of it. I am a Medicare counselor. We are all volunteers. Legal assistance for seniors provides many free legal services, and including the counseling and HICAP portion of it. The mission of legal assistance for seniors is to ensure the independence and dignity of seniors by protecting their legal rights through education, counseling, and advocacy. As she explained previously, we were founded in 1976. We give over 180 presentations each year to inform, empower, and protect seniors and others with Medicare. Each year, Legal Assistance for Seniors sponsors the largest elder abuse prevention conference in Northern California, which is coming up in just a few weeks. Legal Assistance for Seniors is a 501c3 organization, which means we're nonprofit. The part that I work for, the HICAP, which is Health Insurance Counseling and Advocacy Program, we provide assistance with Medicare and other health insurance by offering objective information to help seniors and others make good decisions about Medicare and other health care coverage. The legal services are government benefits such as Social Security, SSI, and CAPI, health, which is Medicare, Medi-Cal, MSP, which is Medicare Savings Programs, LIS, which is low income programs, senior naturalization issues, elder abuse prevention, kin care issues, and planning for the future, which is long-term care. Who we serve. Generally, we serve Alameda County residents who are over 60 years old. The kin care program is 50 years and older. HICAP portion is seniors and Medicare eligible or soon eligible. And all our services are free. Okay. Public benefits, Social Security, retired disabled workers, their dependents and survivors. Work requirements is 40 quarters. In other words, 10 years of paying into Social Security entitles people to free Medicare Part A. I'll be discussing that a little bit later. Also, non-citizens will not receive Social Security, but they can qualify for a program called CAPI, C-A-P-I, which is Cash Assistance Program for Immigrants. SSI is Social Security, supplemental Social Security income for elderly, blind, or disabled people. People with income and resource, there are income and resource limitations, and a lot of times it's automatically enrollment into the Medi-Cal program. What we can help with, advice and eligibility on eligibility and coverage, representation, especially appeals regarding eligibility and overpayments. So we have two sides. Again, the counseling side, if the problem is above our ability, we also have a legal side, which is the legal assistance for seniors side. And if we cannot, if the issue is too complex, we refer it to the legal side and they then take over to help individuals. Sorry. Went back. We refer the SSI disability cases or Social Security disability cases, so we would refer those out. Abuse prevention, types of elder abuse, okay? Financial, physical, psychological, emotional, and neglect. So we help with elder abuse as well. What we can help with, making sure the elder is no longer in an abusive situation, restraining orders and other legal forms, revocation, durable powers of attorney, okay? LAS also does extensive community education. One of these is part of it, including the annual conference on elder abuse, which again is one of the largest in Northern California. Planning for the future part of it, we may need help in the future to manage our personal and financial affairs, to prevent financial abuse, and to maintain control over our own affairs while we can. We can help with information and advice on planning for incapacity, assisting seniors with advanced health care directives. We do not do wills, living trusts, or other estate type planning. Kin care requirements are primary caretakers, so someone taking care of an elder person, age 50 and older, and common scenarios for kin caregivers. We can help with, LAS can help with guardianship and custody, public benefits, and restraining orders. Senior immigrants, they can help with assistance with the citizenship and naturalization process, assistance with public benefits. Senior non-citizens may be eligible to receive, and again, including the cash assistance program for immigrants. And we also have many different languages, people who are interpreters. So having someone who speaks Chinese, who speaks Spanish, we do have counselors and individuals within the legal part that can help with interpretation. HICAP, that's the part I work for. We are all volunteers. And we help people and their families or caregivers navigate the health insurance maze on Medicare. Medicare has many parts, which I'll go over in a little bit. And it's really confusing. In fact, the reason I spent over 25 years in healthcare in the information technology department, and I considered myself fairly knowledgeable on what healthcare insurance and all of that was. And when it came time for me to sign up for Medicare, I was so confused. I thought, if I'm confused, I can imagine what people who don't deal with this all the time must have to do. So that's why I became a volunteer. So we have, and we assist through individual counseling. So individual counseling and presentations like this in the community every year. We provide advocacy when healthcare benefits and rights are threatened or denied. We have 24 HICAP offices statewide covering every county. I work for Alameda County, but there are offices, of course, in again, Contra Costa County, San Jose, Sacramento, throughout the state. LAS receives some funding for HICAP from CMS, which is the Center for Medicare. And the California Department of Aging. The programs are administered by Bay Area agencies on aging. The staff attorneys and advocates from LAS are also available to assist with appeals. And again, all our services are free. HICAP counseling is available in over 34 sites throughout Alameda County. So many of the senior centers have, you can make an appointment to talk with individual counselors. We have an office in Oakland, but again, there are 34 sites throughout Alameda County alone. Counselors provide individual, confidential appointments and follow-up. All of the counselors are registered with the state, and we constantly have continuing education requirements that we fulfill every year. In addition to, we have a month-long, in order to become a counselor, we have a month-long training program. And then we have a shadowing program where we shadow counselors that have already been doing this for many years. HICAP provides unbiased counseling. In other words, we're not associated with any insurance company at all. We provide information on Medicare, Medigap policies, and those are what are referred to as supplemental. You probably have seen a lot of commercials, Humana or United Healthcare, which is associated with ARP. They're all going, come on, sign up with us, it's not too late. That's what a Medigap policy is. Medicare Advantage plans, those are the HMO type plans, the Kaiser, the HealthNet, those kinds of things. Prescription drug resources. The Medicare Part D is a prescription drug plan. I'll go over that in a little bit too. Recent healthcare changes. There was one that came up in January about Medicare Part B contributions, long-term care insurance, insurance billing and claims, and low-income eligibility programs, Medi-Cal and more, which I will cover shortly. Again, counseling locations. Here are just some of our locations: Alameda, Albany, Berkeley, Castro Valley. Again, all of Alameda County we cover. Okay, Medicare. Medicare is a federal health insurance program for people 65 or older and younger who are disabled. So Part A is hospital. So if you go in the hospital, you have Part A insurance. There is no premium that you have to pay for Part A if you have worked for 40 quarters, in other words, 10 years, and paid into the Medicare or Social Security Medicare program. Part B is the medical insurance. If you go to the doctors, if you have lab tests, if you have outpatient procedures. For that, there's $104.90 is the monthly premium. If you have been, if you've been on that Medicare, if you have it taken out of your Social Security check, in January, it went up a little bit to $121 for people who didn't have it taken out of their Social Security check or who are currently just now coming into the program. And also for people who make over a maximum amount of money. So if your income is pretty high, then you may have to pay higher for that. Medicare Part C. These are the Medicare Advantage programs that Kaiser. I'll go into that a little bit later. Part D are your prescription drug plans. So the three main parts of Medicare are Medicare A, Medicare B, and Medicare Part D. Okay, Medicare C sort of is a combination of A, B, and D. Okay. Screening for Medicare savings programs. These are programs that can help individuals who are low income, who don't have their 40 quarters in. Programs that is called we call it QIMBY and SLIMBY, QI1. That QIMBY is one that will cover Medicare, coinsurance, and deductibles when Medi-Cal providers are used. Okay? Must be eligible for Medicare, must meet certain income requirements, and must meet certain resource requirements. Low income for the screening for Medicare savings programs, eligibility and applications. This is Medi-Cal. Low income seniors, 65 and over, or again, low income and working blind or disabled persons, or linked to public assistance programs, which is the SSI, or those in a nursing home. We can also help explain the Medi-Cal share of costs process, including how to show when or if it has been met. Also, Medi-Cal, full Medi-Cal, if an individual qualifies for full Medi-Cal, Medi-Cal will pay the $104 or the $121, the Medicare premiums. Some Medicare Advantage premiums, in other words, the Kaiser, the Health Net, they have premiums and copays. Medi-Cal would cover that. And they will pay Medicare Part D, some Medicare Part D monthly premiums, and for medically necessary services only. Medi-Cal long-term care is needs-based. It covers nursing home care. It covers again, there are financial eligibility requirements, and more community options may be coming later. Okay, LIS and HICAP, we can assist with low-income assistance programs for Medicare. Again, the low-income subsidy Medicare savings programs, representations and appeals. There are 5 levels of appeals. If Medicare denies a claim, there are 5 levels of appeal, and it can get pretty daunting. So one of the things we do is assist with those things. Medi-Cal long-term, We have advice on eligibility. We also provided advice on spousal impoverishment rules, advice and assistance referral regarding Medi-Cal estate claims. What other resources? Other resources, again, a really good resource is the Medicare website, medicare.gov, www.medicare.gov. That website kind of looks a little bit daunting, but if you take the time to go through it, it's really, really helpful. One of the things that happens every year is that you are allowed to change your Medicare drug plan every year. And the Medicare website, if you go on that, and I'll just give you an example of myself. When I signed up for Medicare, I had no idea what I was doing. But I made sure I signed up for a Medicare drug plan. And I was paying a premium, and the premiums were going up this year. But by October of last year, which is October 15th through December 5, is Medicare open enrollment every year. You are allowed to change your Part D program if you want. I had learned things. So I went on the Medicare.gov website. I went in under Part D for drugs, and I put in my medications. I put in my zip code. I put in what medications I take, and I put in what plan I currently had. It came up with everything that was available to me in Alameda County, from lowest dollar amount to highest dollar amount. My monthly premiums went from $68 a month to $22 a month. To me, that's a big savings. So the website is really a good place, and it's got a lot of good information. If you can't navigate it, come on in, talk to us, we can help you, okay? We can navigate it for you. We can put if you bring your drug list in to a counselor, they can go on the website, they can put that in, they can give you that information as well. California Health Advocates, which we are associated with, they have a lot of fact sheets. We get a lot of their fact sheets, and we give them out to clients. Fact sheets on what the low-income programs offer, what your income has to be, limitations are, resources, what Medi-Cal offers, what resources you have to have, what share of costs are on that. California Health Advocates has a lot of really good information, and a lot of it on their website as well. And the Department of Insurance, which is what we originally started with HICAP, is the state health insurance program, which are called SHIP, S-H-I-P, the SHIPs, and in California, of course, that's called HICAP. I have brochures that if you haven't gotten one that have handed out. These are our brochures, again, of legal assistance for seniors. Our numbers are on the back, and you can get a hold of us either at the local number, the HICAP number, the statewide number. Our main offices are located at 1970 Broadway, Suite 300 in Oakland. But again, we have counseling centers. You can call us to set up a counseling appointment at a local senior center or something that's closer to your home rather than coming into Oakland. And that's the end of my presentation. Any questions? Thank you. Yes?
Under medical, let's say you have your SS not so high, but then you have your IRA. Is there any qualification or requirements that you could apply if you have the IRA?
If you have that, again, counts, they look at your assets and they count those as your assets. So there is an asset limit for Medi-Cal, and again, I don't have that with me, but we would be able to tell you what those limits are.
So we can call them?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Even by phone, they can answer.
Yes.
Simple questions.
Yes, we can answer questions over the phone. Yes, sir.
The generic rule you talked about was seniors, people on Medicare over 50 and so on. But if a person is under 50, but they are on Medicare because they're disabled, you would assist them.
Oh yes, oh yes, we do that. People who go on disability that are under 65, if you're on disability for 2 years, 24 months, you then become eligible for Medicare. And yes, we do work with individuals on that level as well. Any other questions? Yes.
Do you consider also, let's say, above 65, and then, I do not know if you could categorize under disabled, if you have a hip replacement, and then you have your knee problem also. Is that also can be categorized under?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
You have, let's say, more than 65 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have a hip replacement, you have a problem on the knee, and then you have some problem also on your back. Do you consider that disabled?
Well, once you turn 65, the disability part goes away and you're just straight Medicare. Prior to that, if you're under 65, you're able to be on Medicare disability after 2 years on SSI disability. So either way, you have all of the same, you have the same benefits if you're under 65 and on Medicare as you would on Medicare. And yes, you had a question?
Yes, do you, is there a similar organization such as yours in San Mateo County?
Yes. Yes, there, and so if you would call the 800 number, they would be able to give you the number of your local HICAP office. Okay?
What do you mean with CAPI, C-A-P-I? What assistance they would have?
CAPI is the cash, it's a California program, cash assistance program for immigrants. And usually it's for immigrants who have disabilities, like a person, in fact, I had a client who was on CAPI. She was an individual who was blind, who hadn't worked here, so she didn't have the ability to qualify for Social Security or anything, so she was able to get onto the CAPI program.
So that is a non-citizen and disabled.
Yes. Yeah, it's for immigrants, and usually, again, she was blind and she was deaf, I believe, as well. So it is for handicapped individuals.
Is that also we get in touch with this HI? I mean, on your at the HICAP, is that also under the umbrella of HICAP?
Well, CAPI is not one of our things, but we can, again, she was able to get that outside. She came to us and she had already qualified for CAPI. But it may be if someone came to us with those requirements, we can point them in the direction, perhaps help fill out applications. I've helped people fill out applications for Medi-Cal. I've helped people fill out applications for the program called Extra Help, which is to help pay for their Part D medications, that kind of thing. Okay? Thank you very much.